Keeman, 4508 West 139th Street, Leawood.
Would you spell your last name for us, please?
Hemann.
Thank you.
I had a little trouble getting here, so I was a little bit late. I'd like to know if you have addressed the concerns regarding the ties that this particular mosque has with.
Ma'am, you're way ahead of us. We're on item 4, and that's 16.
16?
So you're not late.
I'm not late. I will wait. Thank you, sir.
All right. Anyone else? Like we'll probably be driving in the rain all the way. I don't know. Sometime toward the end of next week. Unless we get killed because of this thing.
Hi, my name is Holly Keenan. I live at 4804 West 162nd Street in Overland Park.
Ms. Keegan, would you spell your last name?
Yes, it's Keenan. I live in the wilderness. I specifically moved there for the quiet and the sereneness of the neighborhood. I have spent a year in Iraq with the U.S. Army. I have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. The crowds of this nature and the extra traffic, I think, would be very stressful to me. I do have a 4-year-old daughter that I specifically picked my home in the cul-de-sac so that I could walk around and walk her to school and back. And I just feel like this will really impact my daily living and the extra traffic that'll be there each day. As the way it is now with the two schools, I try to avoid one entrance to the neighborhood. I just go the other direction. And so if there's that much traffic both ways, I'll just kind of feel trapped. And so anyway, that's my biggest concern. Also, my husband did die on this property where the proposed development is. And I do care about the land very specifically. It's special to me. I view it as a memorial site. Just with all the extra traffic and everything, I think it'll make me so uncomfortable with the crowd and everything, I won't really even be able to go to that area. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I know there's some folks from the Islamic Society of Greater Kansas City out here today, and I know they put out a petition here recently. Mr. Al-Badawi. Mr. Al-Badawi. Sir,
yes.
May I ask you a few questions? The Islamic Society recently put out a petition asking President Obama to ban free speech. Do you think it's a bit hypocritical to ask for a ban on free speech when we see this going on?
Yeah, yes, you're right.
Is it?
Yep.
And you're with the Islamic Society of Greater Kansas City, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
My name's Josh. Nice to meet you. I've seen on your Facebook that you've posted some things from Hassan al-Banna, Saeed Qutb, Abdullah Azzam, Qaradawi. Are you a fan of these gentlemen?
No.
You're not? Why would you post stuff to your Facebook?
I like them.
You like them? You like Yusuf al-Qaradawi?
Are you going to post something tonight too?
Probably.
You have time?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can follow my Facebook.
I mean,
you can follow my Facebook and take some.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. No, I'd really be interested in sitting down and talking with you sometime, just the two of us. Would you be interested in doing that?
Yeah, but why are you recording?
Because I think it's something people ought to know.
It's not your business.
It's none of my business?
It's not your business.
Overland Park, Kansas, on 147th and Metcalf. We have many offices. So we have Overland Park as our United States office. We have offices in Jordan, Turkey, Syria, now Iraq, and Africa. So we're kind of expanding it. We're trying to make it a little bit more international.
And how do you help the orphans?
So what we do is we cannot bring them here due to regulations, law and regulations. What we do is sponsorships.
Federal authorities said Hassoun wanted to take out Mayor Daley or poison the city water supply. But then he decided that maximum terror could be achieved by setting off a giant bomb near the iconic Wrigley Field. Today, he paid the price for that plot. This is Samir Hassoun sitting in a van, setting what he believes to be the timer for a huge explosive device. Prosecutors today in court playing this video and others for sentencing judge Robert Gettleman. After authorities were tipped to Hassoun's terrorist tendencies, an undercover agent began a relationship with him. And in 2010, a scheme to blow up part of Wrigleyville was about to be consummated, or so Hassoun thought. Walking across the street with a backpack, he placed it in a trash can on Clark Street, a spot authorities say he picked for maximum human casualties, midnight on a Saturday. And, he said, lack of police or security cameras. In court, prosecutors showed the paint can that was in the backpack, filled with pellets and shrapnel, wrapped in C4 plastic explosives.
He talked about wanting to engage in acts of terrorism, and when given the opportunity to engage in an act of terrorism, he enthusiastically pursued it. And working with these undercover agents who represented themselves to be people that were motivated by religious extremism and wanted to engage in acts of terrorism, he enthusiastically engaged them.
Kind of walk me through how the Syrian people who are here, who are refugees who have been placed, who are here, how they're feeling about all this that's happening.
I mean, I can speak from a personal experience. My parents are originally from Syria. They've been here for 30 plus years, but we have a lot of family over there. So speaking on behalf of refugees, everyone is very sad to see this. Speaking on, my perspective with having family members there, it saddens us. It's not something that you want to see happen to your people. And to be honest, it's not just the missile strikes that affected us. I mean, this has been going on since 2011, and it kind of saddens me that now people are reacting this way because children have been dying since day one. So this isn't really a big surprise that this happened. The chemical attack wasn't the only thing that should let people kind of get up and start speaking. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
He enthusiastically pursued the opportunity provided by them and wanted and specifically stated on multiple occasions that he wanted to engage in an act of terrorism, and that's what he attempted to do on September 19th of 2010.
A month after the Boston Marathon bombing, today Judge Gettleman invoked that still raw specter of an attack and said that if Hassoun's bomb had been real, it would have made Boston look like a minor incident by comparison.
Now, the Innocence of Muslims film has local Islamic leaders calling on the U.S. government for change.
Insulting somebody else or putting somebody else down can incite violence and can make people lose their lives.
350 Kansas City Muslims want Americans' freedom of speech to ban language that defames, insults, or provokes violence. They're calling on President Obama to draw a line between free speech and hate speech.
We want people to be free to say whatever they want, but again, we need some responsibility here. There is a difference between criticism and hate.
Islamic leaders warn if we don't restrict insulting speech, attacks like the killing of United States Ambassador Christopher Stevens in Libya are bound to reoccur.